नमस्कार, फिर पैसा बोलता है। मैं आपका स्वागत है। मैं आनंद श्रीनिवासन। आज मेरे साथ मेरे भाई विनोद हैं। हम हॉट टेक्स करेंगे। इसमें अनेक सवालात वो पूछेंगे। इंटरनेशनल और नेशनल मार्केट्स में जो न्यूज़ में अभी आई है, इसका जवाब मैं दूंगा। ये प्रोग्राम अक्सर की तरफ इंग्लिश में होगा। तो चलें हॉट टेक्स। विनोद, व्हाट डू यू वांट टू से?
Hmm. Looks like Zuckerberg has scored points on punching Elon Musk in the face because since 2020, where Musk has been punching him everywhere squarely, now Zuckerberg seems to be having the last laugh.
No, the issue is this.
Hmm.
Facebook star launched a product called Threads.
Hmm.
Nobody is using Threads, I think.
Nobody's doing.
Yeah. And then this guy's Twitter went down slope.
Hmm.
And there was no Twitter. Twitter does not seem to be doing extremely well.
Hmm.
And Twitter is struggling.
Hmm.
And it's not going to make ends meet.
Hmm.
And he has leveraged himself in a position
Hmm.
where that easy money thing
Hmm.
has made sure that he has borrowed against Tesla to do SpaceX and his other brain insert company, Neutral something.
Hmm.
So he's in a leverage position.
Hmm.
And the world now has moved to cheaper. He was making the Mercedes Benzes and the Rolls Royces of the electric cars.
Hmm.
Now the two things has happened. Those companies have started making electric cars,
Hmm.
and also that at the lower end, the Chinese cars have really started to hurt.
Hmm.
So the BYDs and the MG Motors have started to make electric cars.
Hmm.
And overall, because the charging stations have not expanded at the pace you would have liked,
Hmm.
the adoption of electric cars has also slowed down.
Hmm.
People who would do it for their second car, fancy car, especially in Europe and America, it's over.
Hmm.
And in China, he's facing competition with Chinese companies.
Hmm.
So he's been desperate to enter India.
Hmm.
But India is a very cost conscious market. He can sell a few thousand cars,
That's all.
but it's very cost conscious.
Hmm.
And but he has to change the drive to the right hand drive
Hmm.
from left hand drive.
Hmm.
So there is no major expansion of market for him.
Hmm.
So which is troubling him.
Hmm.
Whereas for Zuckerberg,
Hmm.
WhatsApp has been doing extremely well.
Correct.
I don't know what's the revenue model though,
Yeah, even I don't know.
but he's doing some WhatsApp pay,
Hmm.
and then Instagram is doing very well among the youth.
Hmm. Especially since TikTok is getting a hammering.
Yeah, and Instagram Reels has done extremely well,
Hmm.
while Facebook is dying a slow death,
Hmm.
and even his version of a virtual world has gone nowhere.
God knows, yes.
Yes,
They've
but
gone flat.
yeah, but since he's generating cash flow from ads in Insta and business account in WhatsApp and other places,
Hmm.
he's cash rich.
Hmm.
And to keep his valuation up,
Hmm.
he declared a big dividend also. Normally, these companies don't give dividends.
Hmm.
He gave a big dividend and to reward shareholders.
Hmm.
So Meta is doing well in
Hmm.
the market,
Hmm.
while Tesla has fallen off.
Hmm.
So, but one time, Musk was the richest man in the world.
Hmm.
And today, what has happened is Zuckerberg has overtaken him in wealth
Correct.
and in public perception.
Hmm.
So, this is really what they are referring to, that he has lost in a cage fight.
Hmm.
So, this is what it looks like.
Hmm. But this is only temporal, no? We cannot see what's going to happen 2 years from now.
I
Because
do,
2 years ago, it was a different story.
see, I do not know.
Hmm.
Like I say always, I don't understand technology.
Hmm.
The primary condition for me is the US interest rates.
Hmm.
As long as the US interest rates remain high,
Hmm.
I don't see a chance for either Tesla or Facebook to do extremely well.
Hmm.
Of course, Google and Chat, GPT, and Microsoft will fight it out for domination.
Hmm.
And there is also this antitrust which is trying to break up these companies.
Hmm.
And it happened to Microsoft, and Microsoft sidestepped it.
Hmm.
Now, Apple and Google are facing the music.
Hmm.
And there is rumor that For the first time, some products of Google are going to go behind the paywall.
Yes.
So there is problem in the antitrust for all these social media companies. Facebook will be forced to sell off WhatsApp. So those are things that can affect both sides. But at this point of time, what is affecting them is the fact that the US interest rates are at an all-time high. And there seems to be no respite. In fact, even yesterday, what happened is the job reports were much better than what people expected, which means June rate cuts are now off the not off the table. The chances of a June rate cut are receding all the time, so it can go to September. That means those three rate cuts can become two rate cuts. The most interesting thing for me in this scenario is that when interest rates are getting tougher and bond yields are increasing, dollar strengthens. But gold is supposed to fall along with it.
Correct.
Unfortunately, gold is not falling. This is because there's a geopolitical tension and there's an axis against America, like China, Russia, Turkey. These guys are selling US Treasury and buying gold because US froze their dollar assets.
Correct.
So these guys are selling Treasury and buying gold, which is keeping gold afloat. In fact, yesterday, which will reflect on Monday here, gold made a new high. So I think gold has touched 6,550 and can cross 6,750 if this trend continues next week. So this is without GST. So even 22 karat gold will cost 7,000 and 24 karat gold can go to 7576. So what is the world is having a perfect storm where inflation in America is refusing to come down, and at the same time you are going to have global tensions. So it's a perfect storm in the sense they have both. There's no sign of the war in Ukraine ending, and there is a threat of Trump on one side, and these Axis is buying gold to keep off the dollar. So the traditional relationship between dollar and gold, the traditional relationship between dollar and gold has broken. So we are in for a very uncertain times. We don't know what is happening.
In this all this uncertainty, there seems to be deep fear in US and Israel that Iran is going to retaliate for the attack which happened in Syria. And they're saying the significant attack in the region on any Israeli US asset can be expected as soon as next week. What do you think in the worst case scenario if they decide to strike something inside Israel?
See, this is what Netanyahu's dream sequence. But what has already happened is oil is on the boil. Oil went to 90 and retreated to 87. So the oil can go into the nervous 90s. And that, for my scenario, means if oil climbs another $10 and the driving season is starting in US, which means that cost of oil goes up. And if cost of oil goes up, you're going to have higher inflation. And that is more detrimental to US than a stray accident of Iran attacking Israel.
Yeah, but then Biden will be forced to do something about it, right? And his current
Right.
situation for Biden, it'd be much more opportune for him to push Israel to a ceasefire.
Yes, so
And because politically speaking, there's so much of backlash within the Democrats, especially the left-leaning Democrats. Wouldn't he be better off?
these are short term effects. But in the long term effect, which I am looking at, is that US rates are not coming down anytime soon. And like Howard Marks has said, 2 to 4 seems to be the rates. And I met somebody from US today, and he told me that funds have dried up for all angel funds. So this startup India's dream is vanished. Byju's is in serious trouble. The savior Ranjan Pai says that I gave $42 million loan. For that, there has to be arbitration. My money has to come back. So India's largest and hottest tech startup has gone bankrupt, practically. And these are the consequences because of this.
Okay. I think I'll wrap this one up. Then we'll do another one.
Yeah. आपने इस पॉडकास्ट को सुना, इसके लिए मैं आपका आभारी हूँ। तो हो सके तो इस वीडियो को लाइक कीजिए, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और बेल नोटिफिकेशन दबाएं, ताकि जब हम प्रोग्राम अपलोड करते हैं तो आपको नोटिफिकेशन आए। हो सके तो उस वीडियो को अपने दोस्त और रिश्तेदार के पास भेजें और उनको देखने की आग्रह करें। धन्यवाद, नमस्कार, जय हिंद।
இந்த வீடியோ
Geopolitical
போய் கொடுத்துட்டு வா அப்போ வந்து